Welcome to this series where we are playing Transport Fever 2, and in the last part we set up this route here running from Spalding to Nuneaton down to Immingham, and it's a combination route of passengers and goods, and it's going quite well. It's actually making a fairly reasonable profit with the combination of the passengers, but of course the towns down here need time to develop. Now in this part what I want to do is carry on developing a couple of new lines, but more importantly there's a couple of things I need to do. The first one is we need to place our HQ, and the second one, if you look down in the bottom right hand corner, you can see we're on August the 9th 1899, which means we are rapidly approaching 1900. Now 1900 is quite significant because in 1900 we actually get our first major improvement. In fact, it's an improvement that will last for right through to, well, over 100 years, and that is an upgrade to our cargo vehicles. Not only will they go faster, but they will have a smaller increased capacity. So that is the current situation, but to where we're going to be working on in this part is going back up into the north to Gainsford, because I need to do some improvements around this area here. And what I'm really interested at the moment is this oil refinery here, because I've been doing a little bit of mathematics, and what we've got here is a oil refinery here producing 400, and we've also got an oil refinery over next to I that's producing 400. Now the maximum kind of requirement for this oil refinery is 800 because it produces 400 oil. So if you imagine that we need the output of 2 oil fields to produce get the maximum production out of here. So, and of course this one is actually connected to 3 oil fields. So what we need to do is find a way to improve the delivery from these 2 areas here, so that I can actually use this oil field to supply this oil refinery. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And then the output of this oil refinery, which would be eventually 400, if I go all the way down to Immingham. Where's Immingham? All the way down to, not just Immingham, it's here. We've got a plastics industry, which is 1 for 1. You can see this is 200 already, and this is the output of this will be 400. So, or the required input, sorry, will be 400, because you can imagine 100, 200, 300, 400, which is the equivalent of a single oil refinery. Here, you can see here, at the moment this is already on 400. So this oil refinery can supply here with all the oil it needs for this to run. But in the short term, I've got a chance to make some profit by running a long shipping route. But later on, if we can get this oil refinery up to maximum capacity, if something else spawns like another plastics factory, I think we've only got the one plastics factory at the moment. Let me just see. We might have an opportunity here for something else if we look at consumers. Yeah, we've had chemicals. Actually, it's not a plastics factory. But what I want to do is, because this is very close to the river, I want to get this oil refinery up and running to maximum, so that we can develop that and maybe to supply oil to another route. So that's what we're going to be doing. Before we make a start on that, I just want to put down my HQ. Where should we put it? Stainford? I think we'll put it in Stainford. Now, the placing the HQ is a little bit odd because you would expect to find it in these menus down here, but in fact it's actually over here. If you come to HQ, it says build, and you get this menu kind of quite annoyingly stuck in the center of the map. And then what I do is rotate this round. Building will be removed. I'm not going to remove any buildings. If we can see what it is, and we're just going to back it in this corner here. Now the HQ isn't really that useful beyond being able to give you lots and lots of stats, which is the equivalent to what you've got in other areas, but it's quite neat to put it on the map. Also, as your economy grows, it will actually improve as it goes along. In fact, I think it's already up a level. But anyway, so we've now got our HQ placed. Oops. Now, what I want to do is develop this oil field here. Now, I want to keep my options open with respect to how we're going to build this. But I think to start with, we'll try and keep it simple. We're going to start here. We're going to put a through station here. And we're just going to put you to... Yeah, we'll put that there. Now, what we're going to do is run down. And I don't want to put another bridge. So what we're going to do is cut across from here. Now we've got these big wide arches here. What we can do, and this is one thing I do like about this game. I wish you could do it actually in Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. What you can do is get quite a high speed line, go down from there, drag that out a little bit further to kind of reduce the gradient a bit. What I'm aiming for is just pull you over like that. Then we're going to run a line. I want to run reasonably straight towards the passenger station there, for a reason which will become possibly apparent later on. And then maybe we come a little bit further out. And we'll come, whoops. Okay, maybe we'll have a little bit of a embankment there, just to ease the gradient a bit. A bit of a cutting there. I mean, I'm not worried about the money, it's just more, well, it's partly the aesthetic. And we're into there like quite a deep cutting there. You can see now I can take off the, you can see here I can take off the passenger line to connect to this as well. Can't remember which side of the track I'm off of. I'm off that side. I have to remove that signal there. We're gonna have to redo these signals anyway, so, and then we're, oh, it's this side, sorry. This side is going to be a little bit tighter, and I didn't really need to remove those signals. Never mind, not a problem. And we're just going to run all the way through here. We're going to run all the way up to here, because this could become quite a busy line. I want to get this up as far as possible, and we'll just connect you into there like that. So we've now got this line here, and what I'm going to do is steal the output from this oil refinery. Not oil refinery, oil well, sorry, oil refinery. And we'll just put in a, I think we're just going to need a single terminus station here as well. So we're going to, maybe that's not a bit too much. And we'll be there. Now what we need to do is come off. I want to be far enough away from here so that the trains going over the bridge don't slow down. They've got a bit of a chance to get a run up. And this line will like that. I think we'll come back a little bit further, and we're there, and then we'll run we'll live with the cutting here. We'll just cut you. Oh, no, cancel. And we'll run right across. Actually, no. We'll want to kind of put a slight snake curve in so that we can keep the speed up. Come to about there. Run you into there. So you are there. Probably could actually take this out now and come in a little bit better. Could have done it the opposite way round last time. And we'll pick up this line from here again. Bit tricky. Run dead straight line 120. Now we'll curve in and see where we hit the track there, because they're messing up the line setup. Just do it again. Coming in 120, that's good. And it might be easier just to come in this way. And we'll run all the way over here. And I'll run you into here. I think to begin with we only need the one platform. Now we are going to need a connection from over there. It'll be a bit tight. But it doesn't really make that much difference, because the tight curve will only be used to deliver trains. Although technically we could use it to supply Erith, but I've really got another idea. We could run a... We could use this line, actually, come to think of it, to run a passenger line, but I wouldn't really want to do that, to be honest. And so we've now got an end-to-end station here. And we're going to pick up Erith sidings. We're going to ship the crude oil there. Erith siding. You will load that, and you will unload nothing. Now, I mean, we're now at a point where we've got to get fairly strict. Make sure that is. We're going to pick up the crude oil there, and hopefully we'll be able to get a train from here. On a train. I think we'll stick with the BR53 at the moment, and we're going to. It'll be a bit unfortunate in the fact that we're going to have to buy some tankers just before we're going to get new ones, but I want to get this route up and running. 45 one to start with, and oh, line 1. I haven't named it. Okay, that's fine. So just out here. And we do need to rename you for you Erith. crude oil. Let's get the game going a little bit faster now. This will then draw the line here, and what I'm actually going to do, well, we'll let this run, these little trucks run for the moment until this builds up, and then we'll kill this line here. It will affect this line, but at the same time it won't affect it that much, in theory anyway. Okay, we've got a bit of a queue here. You were the one on, I think this is the air of crude oil. Okay. Make sure he gets through this station. Come back to him. So we've now got this route here running. Load up with all these. Why are you waiting so long? Right, we've got a new vessel. It looks like we've got a ship. By the look of it, a vandal. Right, we've now hit 1900. As you can see, we've got the whole raft of vehicles coming. You've got new tank cars. That's okay. Gondolas. And you can see the important thing is these are 80 kilometers an hour. They don't increase the capacity that much. But what we will get is a bit more going. What happened to my train? I think he's gone off to what happened to the train on my line while I was looking at all those nice new vehicles coming in? Vehicle. Where are you? Okay, you're going that way. What I'm going to do is wait for him to get about to here. What we're going to do is clone in a new vehicle. Actually, no. I'm just going to let that run at the moment to establish the line. Then we're going to be looking at the possibilities that we've got from here. Actually, I just want to check a change here. This route. One. Oh, you're not going to load anything here. You're just going to unload crude oil. I want to make sure that there's absolutely no bleed through with this line here. Anyway, so we've now got this line here. Now this is where I just want to take a quick look at that new ship that we should have had. This is a large one. It's going to move fuel. It's not going to be much use in this game. The large ships are more useful if you are playing on the Asian map where there's a lot more water. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put in a port here. And we're going to square you up a bit. And go that way. Actually, we're going to put 2 terminals on this. I must admit, I do like to have 2 terminals on my docks. And then we'll put in road here. Back. Where's that train gone? I am going to clone it actually. It's very cool. I'm going to put one in there. I want 2 lines running on this. Now comes a slightly elaborate line. We're going to create a new line. We're going to start here. Then we're going to send the refined oil all the way to, okay, we're just going to set this up as we do it. You're going to go there. You are going to load the oil, unload nothing there. You're going to go all the way down to here, where you are. We need to set this up very carefully, where you're going to unload the oil, then you're going to pick up the plastics, then you're going to come all the way back to here. Here you're going to unload the plastics, and then you're going to pick up the goods, and then we're going to run all the way back up to this is where I may need an extra platform, but we can fix that. And then you're going to come all the way up to here, where you are going to load nothing, and you are going to unload the goods. So that is the new line for you. What we call it? Stain, oil, plastic, and goods. What we're going to do, because if you look here, we need the Gainsborough needs goods, so does I, and also so does Stainford. So by bringing the goods up to here, we've got a multiple distribution point. And next thing I want to do is we're going to figure out I want landings, not landings, cargoes. I can get this. I'm going to put you in. No, I want you alongside like that. Then we're going to put a landing there. And then if we look at the terminals here, Stainford, plastics and oils. Go to nope. 1, 1, 2, 3. So what we have here is the 3 ports. Now, oops, he's sailing through the thing. Now, the ship that we're going to buy from here, the only one we can use, if I should go through here, you can see this one carries everything. This one doesn't carry oil. This is passengers only. So if we go cargo small, this is what we've got at the moment. Now, the only ship that we've got is the Riga. If we use this, we won't be able to move the oil. So what we've got to do is we're going to buy one of those to start with, get this running and get you on that route there. Or the Stainford port. Let's wait until full moment. Now later on we may need to change this route, but there's not much I can do at the moment. Oops, thank you for the autosave game. So we've now got this, looks like he's going up to there first and then he's going to come back to here. But eventually we will develop this route all the way down through the line and we will get a connection. That's the theory anyway. And we'll get lots and lots of oil coming in here. Now the next thing I would like to do is start bringing oil in from here, but I don't really want to. I could use a train. I'm kind of thinking it's not really that long enough for a train. If I could get some two-way traffic going, it would make some money, but I think we're just going to use trucks. Now this is going to be a long-term route, so what I'm going to do is see if we can get across this railway with a road with a bridge, because we now need to start thinking along these lines. I'm gonna go 60 and get a fight. Not high enough. So just come there. Oops. A bit further. And we go 1, 2, 3. Maybe if I get a bit closer. There we are. Got the bridge. Maybe we'll drop them. Just drop it a bit. Gonna be look a pretty awful bridge, but we got a very tight curve here. No. Don't think that's going to work, is it? No, it's not picked up from the bridge itself. Sometimes the game can be a little bit. I don't like that actually. It isn't connected. I think for the moment we're just going to run a road. I might sort this out later on. So run there. So I can sort this out later on when we want it to be. Well, I think it'd be okay to run straight across from here. And we'll just run up here. I mean, this is going to be more about making sure that this oil well stays here, because of the output of these two. If we can get it up to a high enough efficiency, will be sufficient to keep everything going here. It's going to take a little while to get the actual oil field working. Actually, I've just had an idea with this road here, and we'll just put you right corner. That corner there, so you're away from the station. Oh, that's just a tram shed, isn't it? I don't think we've got a vehicle depot up there, but that's too far away. I want to get this line going pretty quickly, so we're there. We'll call you Stainford. No, Stainforth. Call it Stainford Crude Trucks. You know, it's actually a truck route. And I think just to get this line going really quickly, we will shove a depot out here. We can always clean it up later on when as things develop. So put in here, and got vehicles. Now we got this DMG Cumstat, which carries 5, which is the same as this one, but it actually carries it's got a faster loading speed. So to show you the loading speed, and of course it's actually a faster vehicle as well. So what we're going to do is buy about start with about 15 of these to get the line rolling. And we'll find of course the one thing I've forgotten to do here is the routes manage line. Yeah. What happened there? Stainford East. Waiting to pull. And we'll just expand this a little bit to get go. I must have built a double one here, but that's okay. What that guy will do, you can see how quickly these guys are moving. So we've now got this link here, and we've got a line that runs down through here. Hopefully we will start. This guy's got 15 oil on it. Now we could actually run a passenger service from here all the way down as well, but I don't really want to do that just at the moment. I just want to get this line sorted up. Now the next thing I want to do is I've got a line which has never really ever made any money, which is up here, and I want to sort this out. This is Stainford Food, and you can see that this line has never been particularly that successful, plus the fact we've got lots and lots of crops here. But in order to get the food to Stainford, I've got a plan, and it's going to involve I mean, how much demand have we got for food? We've got 26 food demanded here. Now we've got this connection here with all these little trucks running backwards and forwards, picking up what's the moment we're getting 100% out of that. And what's the transport route? Transfer route 200. That's good. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to put a road bridge over here, and we need to make sure that we get the height for this. And again, I'm going to go up a little bit from the beginning, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. That's got a single connection in the center. That might be a problem. I think I might want to go a bit higher. So we're going to go for 4. The reason I want to go a bit higher is the fact that I want to make sure that there's enough gap for all the ships that are going to be going backwards and forwards through here, not just a narrow bit where I may actually constrict the route. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've now got a bit of height on the bridge there. That's still only got 1. Okay, we're going to get lumbered with a single connection. Yeah, let me just, and then we'll just check the navigability. Yeah, we've only got the 1 arch in the center. I suppose it could work, but and what I'm going to do is we're going to run basically we're going to create a viaduct here. Actually, that's wrong. It's too close to here. Okay, we're going to get rid of this lot. Now the reason I want to move this away is that, well, I'll put the line in just to show you what I'm thinking. We're gonna have, actually, if I put the line in, it'll make the design a little bit easier. We're gonna come out there, and then we're gonna run maybe that's a little bit, and run the line in there. It's gonna have a bit of a break on it, but it'll be okay. If I do this, it may actually make designing the road connection a little bit easier. I'm gonna lose a bit of speed there, but that's gonna be okay. And you guys can come in like that. Now this track here is going to be our connection to Erith there. So that's the reason why I pushed this station out and made this connection here. Right, we're now going to redo the road bridge, And we'll actually start here. And we'll come out here. A bit closer. We go up 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And then no point coming down, so we'll run across both these bridges here, and then kind of drop down and connect to there. So effectively what we got now is a road bridge over here, and we'll just connect this in here, there. And then what we're going to put here is a depot. I'll put it this way round. Now the idea is these vehicles here, who are currently sending the crops to Gainsford, will then also bring back the food to here, which will then supply the food into Stainford. And by doing that, it means I can get rid of this rubbish line here, and then the trains going up to Gainsford East here can then be totally focused on delivering the grain. So we've got that connection there. So create the interest here. What we need to do now is create a route here from there, and of course we need to deliver the food. What is the food situation? See if we can change the food. Is right in the center here. It's a bit of a horrible place actually. It's just there. I think what I'm gonna do is, I mean, the food is literally concentrated in this area here. I think move the drop-off point maybe a little bit further out. No, we've got a bit of food bleeding that way, so we'll put that truck there. And we're going to put you there. That's not what I want. That's pretty awful. You've got that road connection there. What we're going to do is we're going to put a road from there, there, with the new route again. That's coming in there and it's going back that way. What I am going to do, this is New Street. We're going to, this is where we're going to need to waypoint. But yeah, what's that? I want to put a waypoint here. Waypoint. Basically, what I want to do is keep the trucks away from the actual residential area, which is over here, because that will reduce the pollution. And we'll call you Stainford Food. Not well. The delivery. Now the current demand for food here is 26. So what we're going to need is a trucks here, and we're going to use these things. So technically, if we start with 4 and we allocate you Stainford food delivery, That sounds very much like I've put the wrong uh, rate 10. Okay, rate's too slow. I think I've probably put the, where's the line? What's New Street? W. Oh, I haven't bought passenger vehicles, have I? Let me just see. Yep, I've bought wagons by accident. Okay, we can still fix that. Managed vehicles. Sell them all. Yep, my fail there. Buy vehicles. It's Stankford. Take a quick look at the route. 19. What we could do with. Well, we'll start with that because the next thing, what we're going to need to do here is sort out that route so that we're bringing the food down. And of course, we've got lots of trucks here. How many trucks have we got on this route here? We've got 65 trucks on this route here. Okay, this is going to be fun. What I'm going to do is going to pick up a whole part of these. We need to replace these anyway. Plus, but we will get a higher speed, so we're not going to need 65 vehicles. So what we're going to do is replace these with the comstats. So what I'm going to do is just replace these with time, and then hopefully what will happen is we will draw food into this area. But of course what it means is now that this route up here is no longer needed, so we can crash this route, get rid of all these horrible trucks. I'll select them all and we will sell them all. Won't get much for them, but and then we'll come here, Stainford food, manage line, remove line. Let's delete the line, and then we can review as well. That means now that this train here, what we need to do now is take a look at our trains in this area. How much we shifting? I mean, we're doing 91% at the moment. I do wonder whether this kind of delivery here is really worth it. Is actually shipping the goods from here into there. It might. I just wonder whether it might be easier. Let's see, where is the food in this area? Oops. See, the food is very much on this side of the map. I'm kind of thinking that this serves a purpose, but we're not. I don't know. We are shipping quite a lot of goods here. So this is contributing to the profitability of the line. I think what we will do is going to upgrade one train with the new vehicles just to see how this actually goes. So we're just going to upgrade the one train. We got what we got here. We've got select here. what we got is this boxcar moves 8, this one moves 4. So what we could do, and our current capacity is what we got here. There's 40 capacity. Oh, it's carrying 28. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you and you. Then we put the new box cars on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That increases the capacity, and the new. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Actually, we'll reduce that to 3. Remove you. That will give us 24 bread to there. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it costs us nearly 3 million. And then I'm just going to follow the train, see how well it does. We may need more powerful trains. This is where this is where things can get a little bit more orientated. I'm not sure. So we'll just follow this train and see. He's going to pick up 56. Right, looks like we got a new tram by the look of it. It does 40 kilometers an hour. Just see how well this train actually goes. Actually, what's the carry capacity now? 286. Right. That's pretty good. But we could make it better. Anyway, see this. Watch this train load up. It's not really carrying a full load, which is not good. I think I might need to reshape this route better so that we're actually carrying things, but we're going to come back to that because I've got one other job I want to do on this video. I think we're going to come back to sorting this line out because I think we can get more capacity now with a single line running backwards and forwards. This train definitely doesn't need these wagons, so we're gonna which vehicles? Select both of these. We're gonna edit these. We don't need the food carry capacity on this anymore. So we're just gonna move the food carry capacity. I think for the moment, I think what we will do is replace put extra ones on there for the moment, and rebalance the trains that way. I have to admit, balancing trains when you've got a big change on existing lines can be a little bit of a challenge. Anyway, I've got myself distracted again. I just want to come down to here. What are we doing here? Getting a nice load there. So as the train up on this route, where are you? Okay, you're going down that way. No, you're coming up. So I think we're gonna clone in. In fact, we're going to clone in 2 more ships on this route. Because he's down here. Now, the next route I want to set up is, I think we're getting a shortage of goods here as well. So what we probably do need to do is upgrade these trains. Get a little bit more carry capacity on them. How many trains have I got here? Wow, we got very bad, very bad, very bad. What is the carry capacity? 203. What's the output from the stone mine over here. 400, so we're not even close at the moment. So is cut. No, I'm not going to do that, sorry guys. I keep getting distracted, and I do want this route, I do want to set up, because it's going to be quite important. It's what we've got is over here in Blandford Forum is we've got a demand for goods, and this is right on the doorstep here. So what we're going to do, we've got this this is Blandford Forum to there. Now we could do this in 2 steps, but I think it's just going to be easier just to put in a road from there, so we got a bit of a direct route. And these guys are just coming in and dropping off, aren't they? So we can expand this station here and put it this way round. And we're going to create a new route up to put a of course it goes without saying that it's going to be on this side of the town. Is the wrong side. The residential area is there, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna put a small beat out this way. Actually no, we're gonna put a we're gonna create a little stub like that, and then we're gonna come in here, and I'm gonna put you about there. Then we're going to put a street connection there. This is the industrial side, but I think just to save a bit of distance, put that in there like that. What that means is we'll have a from there running all the way over to here, and we'll call you Blandford, isn't it? Blandford, isn't it? Blandford Forum. Fine. Call you Blandford goods. Okay. Now I don't think the demand here is particularly that high. We're only talking 28, so and I need a thank you game. I think we could. Where's the nearest depot? I think the depot is right up there. I don't want the thing to trigger boom from there, so what we'll do is we'll just put another depot here. Actually, what I'll do is I'll compromise. I'll put a depot here. Area of coal mine. Yeah, I'm not particularly worried about your coal mine. And start with. Okay, we're going to stick with the comsats now. I'm going to buy 4 of them. I'm going to assign you to Blandford goods. Oops. And of course they go the wrong way. That's okay. One thing I do need to do, whoops. One thing I do need to do, Blandford goods, manage line, transfer, and all you're going to do is unload nothing, and all you're going to load here is goods. Actually, what you could do on the way back, okay, I'm just gonna have a little bit of a change on the route here because these guys don't have their, how much, you've got quite a pile of steel here. Okay, we're gonna make a little change to the route. so that we can make a bit more money. Victoria Road there. Blandford branch. Load nothing. And you can load still on the way back. Actually, we could develop this route a bit more with trains later on, but I'm not in that much of that one we got here. Got a lot of stuff here. I think what we will do with respect to these guys is vehicles, select all vehicles, and we're going to replace all these with Comsats. Here, that gives you a capacity of 149. What are you producing up here at the moment? Yep. We'll bring more steel down to here. I do need to start upgrading these routes to make some money. That will mean that we will now get some goods into here, which will make some money. I mean, technically, I could. I still thought as well. Is there anyone around here that needs food? Got Cleetmore there. Okay. Look at the terminals here. You want food? That splits that out that way. I think I've now got most of the main routes in place. What I need to do now is start thinking a little bit about improving our routes and doing it. Oh, there's one thing left to do. So we got, wow, we got a lot of food here. How much food we got stored here? Okay, we need to expand this a little bit. So they're not wasting. So how's the demand over here now? Look at that, 19 out of 26. What's the rate on this line? A bit of line mathematics now. I'm 19, so we need to add on. Just clone in for those. That's 27. That will get that going. These guys are going to come into here. How's the now just to finish off this video, I need to sort this out. This is a horrible mess, and I'm not even sure if I'm actually making any money on this route. Well, I'm making a little bit, but I don't really feel that this is particularly that efficient. Although I mean, it is working. I do wonder. I mean, this is one of the things that we've built up such a complex network now. We come this way. Oh, one thing I do want to do is, I think it's in Gainsborough here. 189 out of 47. I think I do need to sort these routes out. I've just realised I've gone over time on this video, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. What I'm going to be doing off camera is I will sort out this route here, and then in the next part, what we're going to do is review all our previous existing routes and see if we can get some optimizations so that we can carry more goods and start fulfilling some more of the requirements for this area here. Because you can see we got full materials here, but we will need the goods, and of course when the goods come up by ship, it's going to get delivered here, so we're going to need to put some more routes together here. I think actually what I will do off camera is put a train route from here down into here so that I can get more stone onto these ships here. So we got quite a lot of stone here already, So maybe we're going to need to look at actually improving our shipping capabilities a little bit. So you picked up 70 stone. I don't know. Still got 205 there. I'm wondering, owning another ship here. I mean, we got a lot here already. How much money am I making? I'm making 4.4 million. I think we've got an opportunity to bring in another ship, yeah, as well. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.